Alright, hey there everybody. It's me, Akira Kasumi. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm going to go ahead and admit that this is probably the third time I've tried recording this. I'm having issues with my mic and the software I'm using to put this all together. Obviously I don't make videos that often. Anyhow, I'm here with another video on this channel 3 years later. Actually, my last upload was 3 years ago when I was, I don't know, 12 or 13. Anyhow, the point is now, I'm back drawing a character that I invented ages ago and was incredibly unable to draw ages ago. And I'm not going to go ahead and say I'm any sort of expert now, obviously. The anatomy on this picture is terrible. I'm pretty bad at expressions, and I don't even know what's going on with his sword. It's really quite a depressing looking object. Anyhow, I'm back here making another video for all of you because I was overcome by this insane sense of nostalgia. I recently went file diving and came across the endless notes I wrote about this this concept, Indigo Tide, that I wanted to make into a webcomic. I mean, I made a YouTube channel 3 years ago for it, and thought I would be awesome if I interacted with the online community and got a following before I even made the comic. Of course, 3 years ago, I was completely incapable of drawing any sort of pose outside of, front standing position. Which is proven in my other videos that you are all more than welcome to go watch if you want a good laugh. I'm not going to take them down. I have no shame. But I'm here with this video. Like I said, nostalgia tripping again, and I was reading these plot notes that I found, and I have to admit, I still have an extreme soft spot for these characters. I absolutely still love them. And I was talking to my friend, and I thought, how cool would it be if I actually made my dreams as a 12, 13-year-old into reality by actually going for it and making Indigo Tide into a webcomic. First off, the original plot of Indigo Tide, it's pretty terrible. Mostly a ripoff of any sort of popular shonen manga, I won't lie, but I have to admit, I came back thinking, hey, I could refurbish this, I could make a reboot, kind of taking the same characters, taking concepts of the original, and kind of making a new story. That's, there's the blood that I didn't use. Anyway, make a story that I would be content with as I don't know, because obviously nowadays I would make a webcomic and I wouldn't name all the characters, I wouldn't give them Japanese names, and it wouldn't be set in Japan. I've gotten over my fanboyish ages of Japan, but I didn't have the heart to change these characters' names, so I kind of want to, I feel like I would complete some part of my childhood if I actually went for this and made it into a webcomic. With that said, I have every intention to make a webcomic. Indigo Tide Reboot is what I'm calling it. I already have plot notes, little background information. I've made world tweaks and made some different, mechanics to it all. And I admittedly, as of last night at 4 o'clock in the morning, I have 10 pages of scripts, scripts for the beginning chapter. And I'm actually really excited. I really want to do this, and I don't know, because this was so much a part of my childhood and my early days of creativity. Well, not really early days, but I feel like I'm obligated to do this, and I think I should just go for it, and I think I'm going to. I think I already said I had every intent. It's late at night. Like I said, third time recording this, I'm exhausted. Anyhow, like I said, I want to make this into a webcomic. Indigo Tide Reboot shall be its name, and I'm really quite excited about it. Now, for the plot, there are still basic plot premises from the previous videos that are on here from 3 years ago that I've kept, but of course certain things have changed. I'll go ahead and make a basic introduction to the plot. It's about Hiroshi Takeda. Please excuse my abysmal pronunciation of Japanese names. Like I have no right to be naming these characters Japanese names. Whatever. This is Hiroshi Takeda that I'm drawing here. He's the male lead of the whole story. He's 17 years old. He's Canadian Japanese, but he's currently living in Japan and attends an international school with an American curriculum. So it's not all, typical Japanese high school. He finds himself to be a fairly average person, making glorious B's in all of his subjects in school, and he dreams about the shonen manga and doodles aimlessly weapons of interest, just weapons like what he would have if he were some awesome character. Now, his life actually his life becomes incredibly interesting all of a sudden when his household cat starts talking to him. Now we all know cats don't talk, but alright, forgive me, I had an interruption, but, there was no way I was going to record this again. What is this, like, third or fourth time? It's ridiculous. Anyhow, basically, as I was saying, the plot thickens when his cat starts talking to him, which is, either a sign of insanity or the start to an awesome webcomic. You tell me. That sounded like a great hook line. I just invented that. Anyway, his cat starts talking to him and claims to be a member of a secret society that is kind of safeguarding the hidden truths of the world and, what everyone doesn't know and, reasons for things happening, etc., etc. I put a lot of work into those mechanics, I'm not even gonna lie. But, he finds himself to be kind of wrapped up in all this crap that starts happening, and it turns out to be a bit of an interesting web of plot. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to take it somewhere. I don't know how long it will be. I've got pretty much the first story arc planned out. I think it'll be interesting. It is obviously going to be reminiscent of any popular stories that include male heroes running around with giant swords. But you know what? Good luck finding something that's completely original. That sounds terrible. I'm hoping that this is just going to be able to give me an outlet and a way to improve on my art. Get some more practice with posing and just general art form, coloring, etc., etc. All I can hope for is that it turns out to be a positive experience and a way for me to conclude a big part of my childhood. So with that said, I think I've been talking for 8 minutes at this point. I'm sure you're all very excited to hear about this. But I hope that I will be able to actually make more videos, hopefully updating you all on the webcomic, and I hope I'll be able to put out a webcomic. I want to ask you guys what you prefer. Would you prefer for me to update, like, 1 or 2 pages twice a week, or would you prefer that you just not hear about a webcomic until I have an entire chapter done and you can sit down and read through the first 25 pages? That is up to you, and I want you to respond with your preference in the comments or send me a message. I don't really care. I'll have a link to my DeviantArt, and you'll be able to see the final product, not in a video form, of this terrible this drawing that I keep changing. And with that said, that's about all. Thanks for watching, and hopefully the next time I'm back I will be updating you all with great great news about the webcomic. And that's it for me. Thanks again for watching.